Should I put him up front and center for this video? Just because it's, you know, Big Hero 6. Little appearance. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to be talking about Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 is a 2014 theatrical release about a boy named Hiro Hamada who inadvertently creates a superhero team when trying to avenge his brother's death. It is directed by Don Hall and Chris Williams. Cinematography by Rob Dressel. Supervising animation done by Doug Bennett. Nathan Engelhardt, Jason Figliozzi, Michael Franceschi, and Brent Homman. Editing by Tim Mertens, music by Henry Jackman, and it's written by Jordan Roberts, Robert L. Baird, and Daniel Gerson. It is based off Big Hero 6 by Man of Action. Not any one comic in particular, but nonetheless, the characters and such. The film stars Ryan Potter as Hiro, Scott Adist as Baymax, Daniel Henney as Tadashi, Jamie Chung as Go-Go, Damon Wayans Jr. as Wasabi, Genesis Rodriguez as Honey Lemon, TJ Miller as Fred, James Cromwell as Robert Callahan, Alan Tudyk as Alistair Cray, and Maya Rudolph as Cass. In 2011, Don Hall was scanning the Marvel database and he came across Big Hero 6 and really liked it, so he ran it by Lasseter, who also really liked it. Then in 2012, they wanted to make sure the story would be really fresh, so Paul Briggs only read a couple comics, and Robert L. Baird didn't read any, which is insane. Marvel did not co-produce this. They actually just let Disney have free reign with it. They didn't let Disney, though, release like a solo comic, but they did agree to a manga series. Disney and Marvel, dismissed any, tensions or beef between them about this movie. Lasseter called it ridiculous, and Marvel heads said, absolutely not. We've given them full reign and are completely happy with them doing whatever they want with Big Hero 6 over at Disney entirely. There was no beef going on. Don Hall was determined to make a robot no one had ever seen before, which was really hard to do. They did take a lot of inspiration from anime and Miyazaki films and just Japanese cartoons in general. And then somewhere in 2012, the team took a field trip to Carnegie Mellon University of Robotics, where they saw people working with soft robots, which were a lot of robots covered in vinyl and stuff, and that obviously ended up serving as Baymax's final design and being a huge influence. Then they were struggling with finding the balance between making him look soft and huggable when he was out of armor and making him look big and intimidating when he was in armor. I honestly think they succeeded and found that success. They also struggled with how Baymax was going to meet Hiro. He originally met Hiro much later in the movie, and then John Ripa, who I'm pretty sure is the one that came up with the standing ovation Frozen moment, I could be wrong, thought of a way that Baymax and Hiro could meet earlier in the film, and they had to rework the first act, and it really helped deepen that bond between them. Lasseter hated the hairy baby line and thought it should be removed, and then they kept it in for test screenings, and Lasseter admitted he was wrong, and then Animators created San Francisco as an homage to Tokyo, because that's where the original comic takes place. And then also they used San Francisco because after the major earthquake in San Francisco, it was rebuilt pretty much entirely by Japanese immigrants. New software programs used in this film were Denizen and Hyperion, and then they actually added the post-credit scene in 2014 because they realized Marvel fans may stay till after the credits and be disappointed. So they actually edited it because of that. The film had a $165 million budget and made $657.8 million in the box office. It does have a 90% Rotten Tomatoes consensus. Agreeable, entertaining, and brilliantly animated, Big Hero 6 is briskly paced, action-packed, and often touching. It did win Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. It has 2 TV series, one Big Hero 6, the series, 2 Baymax, which is on Disney+. It also has a manga called Big Hero 6, which I have always wanted to read. I love a good manga. And then it has a lot of video games, or is involved in a lot of video games, including Big Hero 6 Battle in the Sky, Hero and Baymax and Disney Infinity 2.0, mobile game Big Hero 6 Bot Fight, most characters in Disney Magic Kingdoms, and then obviously there is a Big Hero 6 world in Kingdom Hearts 3. This movie is actually so stunning. I think it might be the most beautiful animated film they've done to date. In 2014, obviously. Not to date now, but to date at this time, which makes sense because it's always improving. It is so beautiful. Their use of lighting is so stunning. And a huge thing I noticed in this one is their use of reflections. There are multiple moments in this movie where you're seeing one thing through a pane of glass and then you're seeing the like reflection of the other thing on the opposite side, which is so good. There's one of Hero that I can't place right now. I think it might be when he's looking at Abigail through the glass and she's inside the pod, and then the other is when Callahan is in the cop car and he can see like his daughter being loaded into the ambulance and like is reflecting on his choices. So good. It's just so many great shots and the use of reflections and just all of it. Oh, excellent. This is what put Henry Jackman on the map for me. I have obviously like watched and seen many things since that has Henry Jackman being the composer, and everything makes sense about why I like the music, but this movie in particular is what made me go, okay, Henry Jackman did this, and then I've recognized Henry Jackman ever since. So this is the movie that really put Henry Jackman on the map for me. This is such a good score. I genuinely, I don't know how to emphatically say that enough. Hero's theme, first of all, is so excellent, but there are so many moments in this movie that the music just absolutely serves the story and is so effective. The scene where Hero removes the Tadashi chip from Baymax and he just has like the kill switch chip in, and he starts like beelining and like trying to hunt down Callahan. The music in that scene is so good, and then is immediately followed by the scene where Hero is trying to like fix Baymax's sensor and like open the chip port again, and he's getting more and more emotional, and then he finally breaks. The music in that scene, which is obviously immediately followed, is also so good. The music throughout is so good, but genuinely, like, he really outdid himself. That, again, like I said, this is the thing that put Henry Jackman on the map for me. And then obviously I've now since learned that like he did the music for Captain America and the Winter Soldier, and that was so excellent. And then the other thing that really like skyrocketed him, like this put him on the map for me, but the other soundtrack that put him like skyrocketed him for me was the Uncharted 4 soundtrack, which is so excellent. And then he's obviously been doing things since, so he just keeps getting better and better in my mind. And I'm like, Henry Jackman, I can't hate anything you do. I'm so excited I finally get to talk about this movie. It's one of those movies that is so good you don't really want to critique it, but I have one massive criticism of this movie, and then the rest is all praise. My one huge, massive piece of criticism is in the first 10 minutes of this movie, there are two of the most egregious lines of expository dialogue. Oh, it's painful how expository they are. Right in the first 10 minutes of this movie, number one, Tadashi is saving Hero from the bot fight, and he goes, "You graduated high school when you were 13, and this is what you do with it?" There was no way to make that better. I feel like there had to be a way to deliver the information that he graduated high school early than that. And then the second is followed soon after, which is when they're talking about their parents, and Hero says, "They died when I was 3, remember?" Oh, it is painful. In a movie of this caliber, there should not be expository lines of dialogue that horrendous. It's so painful. Every time I watch this movie, in the opening, I cringe at both of those lines, and then it's smooth sailing. From there on out, I am happy. It is excellent. We're on the path of a fantastic movie, but those first 2 lines of expository dialogue, I'm just like, ooh, okay, and we're over. We're over the hump of like, ugh, and then we're good. You know what I mean? Like, oof. Anyway, the rest of the movie is freaking fantastic. It is so good. This is one of my favorites. It's one of my brother's favorites. We have loved this movie since the day we saw it in theaters. I have seen it many a time. It is one of those that I just frequently go back to because it's so good. Obviously, like I said, with the horrible expository dialogue, their parents died, so there are 2 parent deaths. And then obviously there are just some great lines in this, mostly to Baymax, obviously, but you know, you You got Go-Go saying woman up, which is a classic. You got Wasabi just in general, but I pour wasabi on my shirt one time, people! Gets me every time. Fred is really funny, even though it's TJ Miller. And Honey Lemon is so sweet. You know, I just love everyone. And Tadashi, come on. How do you not love him? They build such a great, sweet older brother only to kill him, which is really heartbreaking and sad. And then obviously Baymax has all of them, right? You know, I am not fast. Excuse me while I let out some air, and then a really loud high squeak, or I have some concerns, or blah, 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 blah. Or, you know, Tadashi is here. You know, Harry Baby, the treatment is working is another one I really love. It's all just, it's so well done. And then the story itself of Hiro, this kid who's so smart, he has nowhere to apply his brains, finding somewhere he might be able to apply his brains, and then the one person that was pushing him to do that dying, and he's already lost his parents, and now he lost his brother? Tough. And then him not wanting to apply himself anymore, and then him kind of coping with Tadashi's death with the last thing Tadashi created that was going to help save the world. And then, you know, they realize just how much good Baymax can do, and Baymax really does save Hiro, you know? Oh, it's just so good. It's such a good movie. The friends, I just also love that, the friends, they're all older than Hiro, right? They're all in the actual college age. They're Tadashi's age. So they have this maturity that Hiro doesn't have, but they never rub it in his face. They truly take Hiro in as one of their own, and almost he's under their wing, even though he's probably the smartest in the bunch when it comes to some of that stuff. But even when he makes a poor choice in making Baymax kind of go for killing Robert Callahan, they correct that mistake. They stop it from happening. They don't come at Hiro with I can't believe you've done that. How could you? That's messed up. In the moment, they're that's the wrong call. That's not what we signed up for. But then afterward, when they find him in his garage trying to fix up Baymax, they come with nothing but love and compassion for him, because they know. I'm getting a little emotional about it, but it's just so perfect. I'm glad they didn't do confrontation and conflict between Hiro and the 4 grown kids or whatever. I think it was really important that instead they were this space for him that was no, Hiro, we you're going through a lot, we get it, we're here for you, we're gonna get him, but the right way, you know what I mean? They're stern, what he needs, they're what he needs, right? That's what he needs. Obviously I did cry, come on, how do you not when Baymax sacrifices himself, basically? I will always be with you, man, come on. So good, so good. But yeah, this is excellent. I really think after those 2 lines of expository dialogue in the beginning, I think it's a perfect film. It's really excellent. But the 2 lines of expository dialogue in the beginning just, they take away from me. They do. Favorite part is Tadashi is here. The climactic breakdown of Hiro is so good. It is perfect. It is the biggest emotional beat besides I am satisfied with my care moment at the end, right? It's so perfect to me. And then my least favorite part would probably be I'm satisfied with my character because it's big sad, or the expository dialogue lines at the beginning. Unforgivable. Watch again, 100%. Recommend, 150%. If you haven't seen this movie, you need to, and if you have seen this movie, give it another watch because it's great. Specific moments, I'm gonna go with all of it. I just love all of it so much. Hiro being able to calm all those people in the beginning, hilarious because he's the smartest person in the room, basically. So funny. You love to see it. Yeah, no notes, dude. It's a really good movie besides the 2 lines of dialogue. That's everything I have for Big Hero 6. My final rating is definitely going to be 10 Baymaxes out of 10. Come on. Okay, come on. Parent Death Toll is Cry count is. If you want to keep up with what movie I'm watching when, follow me on all socials. You'll find out what movie I'm watching when. I put out videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon. I got a tier starting at just $1 where you get every video a week early, a coupon code for merch, and exclusive merch access. Tiers above that, you get daily trivia, monthly postcards, bonus content. You get new merch every time there's a new merch design signed by me. Like, go check it out, okay? Truly. Go. Yeah, alright. Buy merch. Merch screen. This is old. Look at how old it is. Yeah. Until next time, comment, like, subscribe, and I'm not sure if your life you are, so you, and don't be Callahan about it. Okay, what the? Holy heck, I was like trying not to itch my nose that whole time. Whew.